both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think the way, because I was looking at the way that we closed based on the daily,
Yeah,
looks
that,
like a very
that doesn't give
indecisive
any
candle.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. But I don't see that as a reason why we can't at least wick into one of these deep areas, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. Are you live, Paul?
Yep.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go over and like it.
Should be live now.
Yeah, you're live.
Hey Paul,
Hey.
so any luck in New York session?
Yeah, I got some cells.
Oh, you had some sales, okay.
Yeah, it was late New York.
Yeah, I made some pips in buy.
Nice. Yeah, buys were really nice.
Yeah. So I guess you took entry very late, like after maybe 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it was
New
up
York?
here. I got cells in like right up here.
Oh, yeah, it's 11 o'clock candle, yeah, okay. Normally I don't do trade after, 11 o'clock. I'm hesitant because market may get slow, less volatile.
Yep. Yep.
I try to close everything before 10:30.
Yeah, I typically do too, but it was look good, and that's the opportunity I got. So.
So what's your bias today?
I'm thinking sells, but we'll see. Still looks like lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So I still think sells.
But I'm afraid that daily candle don't have bottom wick.
Yeah, no, not yet. It just started. So we'll see what
No,
happens.
I'm talking about the previous candle.
Oh, there's a bottom wick.
Which was the previous chart? The chart you had just before this one.
This one?
Oh, I think he means the 4 hour.
Oh, okay. So 4 hours don't have the bottom wick. Okay.
Oh, I think he means the previous bearish candle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what he means. So what he's saying is there's not a range, so based on the previous 4 hour to the downside.
The chart you had just before this one.
Hello, hello. So we don't have any news tonight, so I think that's good. These are kind of the levels I'm looking at, so see where we go. What up, H? Yeah, it could go up. I think if we can get above this area, that makes some sense. I'm just worried about what's going on with this. So each time we were lower on the way down, each time on the way down here, we had lower lows. So maybe we're gonna keep dropping down. Maybe get that nice deep push to the downside for the end of the week. We look at the weekly. Weekly's still holding bearish. And during that run, during New York session, we were pretty much above everything. So then why did we still close bearish? Daily still closed bearish. Granted, it's weak. Doji doesn't give any indication of direction, but we're still bearish, and the weekly's still holding bearish. So I think this could really go either way, obviously, but I think down is gonna where we go. We'll be waiting until open, like see what happens. Because I think if we start pushing up now, once we come into open, we're gonna see a fake out and we're gonna drive down. So Daniel, I didn't know you popped in here. That's dope. Yeah, just a waiting game to open, and then we'll see which way we start breaking. I think that'll be the direction we go with some Tokyo volume. Get any?
What's up, Paul? Hi, everybody.
What's up, Andy? Bias is down. Yep. I think down makes sense, but Asian Open is going to determine where we go. There's a breakout on the 15-30 minute. Do I wait for a retest on the next candle or enter straight away on the next candle? So all my entries are always above or below previous candle. Usually the 30 minute, sometimes 1 hour. Whatever lower high that candle makes, I get in when that gets broken. That confirms to me that if price is going to keep going how it's going, it should keep going in that direction it's breaking. So we don't have any news to worry about, so shouldn't have to wait on anything. It should just be a nice session. I think last Thursday we had, what was it? I think this was last Thursday right here. Yep. So we had that. So maybe we'll see some nice volume today. I think Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday didn't do it. So coming to the end of the week, we should see something, because the weekly is going to be looking to set up for next week. And typically Asian on Thursday will set up the push going into London and New York on Friday, and then we'll kind of end on Friday, just kind of ranging. So if we're going to go up, we should see some sort of drive to the upside in Asian, and then a continued move throughout London and New York. Maybe a pullback on one of them and then a continuation on the other. But then towards the end of that session, we should consolidate. at the end of tomorrow, either up or down. I think we're going to be looking at maybe pushing back up here or pushing down here with one of these directions. That would be the idea. We could see it do nothing and literally just stay right here into tomorrow, but I think that's less likely than us going either driving up or driving back down. I think this weekly, did we break that previous week? No. So the weekly low is still being respected as of now, as well as the high. I think that weekly low there. Yeah.
Well,
So,
all that weekly high you were just showing us for this week, that's still a higher low, right? Than the previous.
technically, yes.
Lower high. I'm sorry.
On the weekly?
On the weekly, yeah.
Yeah, weekly we still have a lower high, but we don't have a lower low,
Yeah,
so we
gotcha.
really don't have any
Yeah.
real confirmation of which way we're going. Daily is just like, yeah, we're not going to tell you anything either. But I do think whichever way we break on this daily will be where we end up for the week. And we should, if we get volume in Asian, we should direction to.
On the daily, the previous daily candle, I feel like gives a bit of information because it didn't break the low, but then also broke the high.
Break the low, you said?
No,
It
like
did?
if you look at like the pattern that's been kind of happening, I know Sharma pointed out, where this was a high, this was a high, and then this was a high. They have been respecting, and then these were the lows they have been respecting. But then finally, it was changed with this current daily where we didn't break the low, but we broke the high now.
Okay, but redraw those arrows again in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Let me wait till I finish moving the screen. All right, go ahead. Redraw those quick because I have a counter argument. So, you see the wicks you chose. I'm going to do a different color.
Yeah.
Skipped wicks.
Yes.
We broke above this wick and we broke above this wick. So technically we could say higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high. Or we could say lower low or lower high, lower high, lower high, because these never broke up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it really goes both ways because dailies weren't. This one didn't respect shit. This one didn't respect anything. This one didn't respect anything. This one didn't respect anything. So there's not really. You could argue it both ways. So I think it's still just a ton of kind of indecision right now.
But one thing you'd say, whichever way that this daily candle breaks, right? So if it breaks a high, you would think the most likely is going to continue going up.
Yeah.
And then this is maybe this then.
Yeah. If it breaks the high and does not continue up, I think we are staying in this area till next week.
Okay.
This area actually.
Gurjot, that's kind of what we were talking about over text last night. It looks like.
Yeah.
That same kind of it's just stuck in between those daily ranges.
Yeah, and you was saying that it's like wedging itself in.
I think because we're pushing up now pre-Asian, Asian volume could be down. Great, now I gotta try and find this thing.
I think like 135, 500 area on the daily is an important area.
Oh my god, it just disappeared. Oh, here we go. There we go. And once we get volume, we'll know. Even if we look at the hourly. Zoom out on here. Granted, this one did break here. But we could say here. My arrow. In case people can mouse. Could say lower high, lower high, lower high, because this still made a lower low to this. if we're counting where the bodies go. If we're counting the wicks, then technically this wick is lower, and this might be reversing into something like this, with if we take into account it breaking this. There's just a lot of going both ways right now, but it does look like it's doing something like that, and maybe hit this, which would then line up with this resistance we have, and maybe push us back down. So this could have been like a fake out, try and break into like some bullish structure. So then I think how we react at this resistance we're coming to is going to determine if we're going to be pushing into some bullish structure, or if we're going to be maintaining this bearish. This was kind of a fake out, and then we continue down. See if we can hit 1K views today. I'll be right back. You guys want to send some ideas with what you're thinking about and kind of how you view this? If we're bullish or bearish, that'd be sick to get some different perspectives than just mine.
G trade. What do you see? I would like to know what you see. I think G's is in an area where there has potential on both sides, so I would like to know.
I actually think we're going to go bullish, personally. I think we're going to see a continuation bullish to potentially end the week, or we're just going to range. But then next week, I think the way that we've been setting up on the higher time frames, to me, I think that we're going to come up and retest that daily resistance area at
The 135.
Yeah, 135 to 80 to 70 sort of area.
I think the area that you mentioned is a key point, like a key zone that we want to see where we react from. Because I feel like do you feel like I know Andy was talking about this, because do you feel like if we break that zone, right, the 135, 200, 500 area, that area in general, would you possibly look at the long term play and go to 139?
I mean, here's the thing. I think that the reason price pushed that far up was was that week that we saw a lot of market optimism based on the vaccines, right? And because now I think there's a bit more clarity on the vaccines and that it's not going to be, such an. I think that move up, the way it got corrected, was that was based on a bit of false optimism. So that's why I think that we rejected coming back up sort of as high as that level right now. So I think a lot of this is to do with the fundamentals of the pound and the fact that, I think we saw the bullish move from, let's say, around the 2nd, maybe the 1st of July. I think that was based on the fact that the British economy was starting to reopen, so there was good, optimism based on a V-shaped recovery. And now I think that this week's just been a bit more of a retracement, in my opinion, to keep continuing moving bullish. I mean, long term, I don't know for sure if we could get all the way back up to 139, although possible, of course. But I just think for the minute, I'd want to see daily come back up and tap back into 135, 300 sort of area, I think, to come on end of the week. I think next week, I'm not sure, there'll probably be different things going on to take note of. But yeah, I see us continuing bullish, especially when I looked at the 4-hour. I went to the 4-hour time frame, and you remember I was discussing it yesterday about when I said, when you look at the 4-hour support, there was that really large bottom wick on the 14th of July. There was that 4-hour bullish candle, and it tapped into that zone and pulled away from. And then now we saw, once price come back down to that area on the 16th of July, which was obviously today, we then saw again price pushing up. So, and then at the same time, if you're looking at the 4-hour, we're making lower highs. So there has to be some form of if we're making lower supply zones or resistance levels based off the stronger higher time frames, but at the same time, every time we come down and tap into a strong 4-hour daily buy area, and we're retracing from it like that way, eventually it has to come to a point where either the sell, the resistance area isn't the area that's going to hold, or the support area is not going to hold. Otherwise we'd just be continuously bouncing between these two levels, right? So eventually we have to break out. But the way I see it is because we're making the lower highs, but we're holding that support level, I think, and then backing it up based on the way that the daily's set up, it looks like, if you think about it in terms of bearish momentum, it looks like we're running out of a bearish momentum like steam, in a sense, because obviously I know we've been tapping up into high areas based on the smaller time frames, but the actual daily has been pretty much bearish since the start of the week. So I think that this was a retracement for continuation bullish since the last week push up that we saw, especially as now things in the UK are starting to get back to normal and better. Things are all started opening up. Gyms are opening up at the end of the month, so it's looking much positive for the economy. So definitely that, I think, playing a massive part. So yeah.
So you're seeing like it's wedging in, like how I just quickly do, like because so it's like wedging in.
In a sense, yeah, it's doing that. I don't really look at all them sort of wedge formations. But I look at it in terms of I look at the buy zones, and that if we're now creating higher liquidity grabs in that sense, so we're now pulling away at higher levels, eventually price has to, so I think it's more down to there's just been a lack of direction for the week in terms of like market sentiment and stuff. So that's why I think that's why we've seen price tap into both our strong supply resistance areas, and that's why we've seen price come down and tap into our strong demand areas. Because right now it's almost this indecision, and if you look at the previous daily candle, it completely explains it, because it's tapped into both the buy zone, and we got way up into the resistance area. So for me, I think there's a lot of market indecision right now. But I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see.
But you believe that it's gonna continue going up fundamentally due to the fact that like the economy is opening up again, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that's why we saw the bullish momentum the previous week. So last week we saw that bullish move up to 135, 300 or that sort of area, and then this week I think that there's just been that because we can't go all the way back up to 139, because I think that was down to what I was saying about the false optimism. That's why we're seeing some form of like retracement based on the daily. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens.
All right, so we got Smoops' chart. Looks like he's in sells already. Very nice. Yeah, I got in sells. right up here as well, and then I closed right here. I think that looked good. I think sells are possible back down to support, because if we just look at, oh, this is gold. Okay, never mind. Wrong pair. Yeah, I think that can still come down, because then this would technically be, you'd say that would be kind of a fake out. Draw the zones up. So we closed above, and we know if we're closing above and we're gonna form support here, we're gonna get higher highs and higher lows, which should respect this low here and make a higher low or a lower high to here, and then a lower low, and then price would fall back down to support. So if this is not support, you're gonna get lower lows, lower highs. If it is, you're gonna get higher highs and higher lows like we have right here, just like we did in that video I posted yesterday on how to understand those that kind of stuff with the candles. Stay sent to trade. Where is it? Trend line up there, I'm guessing. There's just a lot of information here. Looks like there was a sell here, and you're in a sell here on GU. But did you say you're anticipating GJ to go up? I'll sell limit set with a retest there. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. So we should, we're under the hour mark for open now, so we'll see what happens.
So this is a
What's up?
one sec. Sorry about that.
I think we're trying to push up now, but we know we'll see what happens come open. Because we could just, this could be the snow shovel we talk about. Clearing its way to fall down nicer come open when there's volume. So we'll see what happens. That was yesterday's session. Gotcha. So that's probably the one you sent yesterday on Instagram that I couldn't pull up on my phone. DJ idea con, alright. Got. $120, that is 2-hour chart, I believe. Yeah. DJ. Who you use must be. Yeah, it looks a little different than what I got, I believe, but I like the idea. You can create the high and go back up to tap that 135 area.
This is a fundamental idea per se. I just want to know what you and what chat thinks possibly. So we can tell, like, really, like, clearly wedging yourself, ourself in, right? G just clearly wedging itself in.
Sure.
So it's like there's on one side there are like people. We can say that it might break the wedge and go up due to the fact like the economy is opening up, right?
I think if price goes up on our chart, price will go up. If price goes down, price will go down. And then if it goes up, we can say, oh, the pound economy is getting better, everything's opening, makes sense. Goes down, maybe the yen is stronger for this session. I don't think this session's push is gonna be too dependent on the economies of what's going on, because there's not enough volume in Asian session for the most part to really give us a significant move to really show anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about this session. This was just like a idea I thought, and it was the fact that if like you know when like things start opening up again, like that second wave of the virus comes,
yeah,
that can possibly cause a scare, and then in the upcoming weeks we'll see the down move. Like
yep.
That's just like the idea I was thinking about. Like
yep.
I don't know at all what's gonna happen. I'm gonna just trade what's in front of me, but an idea to that I was thinking about possibly.
Yeah, if that's the case, then the yen is gonna gain strength over the pound right here because it's a safe haven, and then GJ will push down. So then if that's the case, if we do get that intense second wave, I think we're gonna we'll come back down into this area here, because this was like the height of it all, I believe. And then things kind of slowly got a little bit better, and then it was like, maybe not. And it was like, okay, maybe. And now we're just kind of
figuring out what's gonna happen.
I mean, if you look at the monthly, right, at the bodies, opening and closing within 200 pips, 20 pips. Look at these previous candles. They're going somewhere. Candles aren't really going anywhere. Like we tried to push up, couldn't. I was bullish, but technically we could say under resistance or at support with a higher high and a higher low. This candle hasn't really done anything yet, but it is the monthly time frame, so you need to, if you're trading on the 30-minute scalping 10-20 pips, probably not going to be as important for your 10 pips. And daily, still just kind of like, there's no real like sure direction.
Yeah, this I agree with this. Like, it's kind of hard to, for me, I feel like it's kind of hard. Like for the long term, it's kind of hard to predict where it's gonna go.
Yep, I think 4 hours still looks fair. So let's see if I can line this up. I think I've placed like 4 trend lines in my life, but let's see if I line this up. Let's say something like that, and then this is kind of just that. It would be a fake out, ideally, unless you're putting a trend line like this. But then none of these touches really hit then.
Well, if you draw some channel support on the support down there, Paul, then you have it like it's like narrowing. This is what Gurjan and I were talking about yesterday. Like, just like you had that other line across the top, but if you put a line down below the support levels, it just keeps getting more narrow and narrow and narrow, and it's a little difficult trying to figure out where the breakout's going to be.
Yeah, that's true, because the space in between, a lot more space, and then every time we get a little smaller. So there was like more up room here, less here, less here.
Yep.
Just like squeezing itself. Yep.
Yeah, tighter and tighter every day. Well, and then every time you keep going back to that daily view, I mean, it's just a ton of wick.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna draw trend lines. I don't mess with that. not my style. But for the visual, that was kind of the idea behind it. We look at the 4 hour. Technically, our 4 hour rule is sells that we get above here. We're being technically. Let's just see where that even lines up. Like right around there. Yeah. 6:08, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. We'll look at gold, EJ, UJ, and AJ, and then any other charts that come in, we'll check those out as well. Assuming that's a chart one. If not, then I have no idea. Nope, yeah. If it was a chart, it was the wrong chart. Alright, Henry. Okay, I wonder if I need the X in there for yours. Yep, there we go. Yep, exactly. Yep. That previous 4 hour of the bearish one still made a lower high. And if we look, can I zoom in on this? I can do it on. I'll do it on my 4 hour. Yeah, descending wedge, like we should. Kind of what I'm seeing as well. We'll go 4 hour again real quick. If we look every time we pushed up, every time we've had this big bullish run, right? Get this here, and then we see this big move down. What this wick does is pretty significant. It makes lower high, then makes a lower low. And when we pushed up again, lower high, lower low. And we pushed up again, lower high, lower low. Now we pushed up again here, lower high, no lower low yet. I think the lower low is going to come with Asian Open, take us down to support. But even, I think that can actually go both ways if we look at it to the upside then as well. I mean, we had deeper wicks on the downside, but once it was established, made higher lows going up. Higher low, price went up. So I think if we stay under here, and we can make a lower low, ideally below this wick, because this doesn't have a wick, so then we're going to want to use this wick, because that's kind of the low that price made. This could make a wick and continue, and it would still be above here. So I think this 4 hour wick, if we come below there, we're going to fall down into support right here. Mark this up too so we can see it. What do you guys think of that? There's our input.
Pardon me?
Never mind. Alright, one. Let's see if this one works. Nope. You're 0 for 2, bro. 0 for 2. Third time strikeout. Got about 35 pips to the upside, so. What up, Diego? Got 500 people here, 120 likes. I think we can do better than that. We hit almost 450 yesterday. You guys are just making it harder and harder for yourself every day.
I think what happens on the next 30-minute and the 30-minute after that possibly it can tell us a lot of information, because I feel like if this continues up, right, the area that we're kind of breaking from the resistance, if it continues up, the where the current I believe the 4 hour will close bullish and then create support, and then but if it does a fake out within the next 30 minutes or the 30 minutes after that, I think the 4 is going to come down and is going to continue coming down, which will make sense with our 4 hour rule. Me and Andy were talking about this for a little bit.
Yep, I like it. And we haven't seen really any pre-Asian volume 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think anticipating that there could be volume today is more of a risk than anything. I think you're better off waiting to open until we get a few days in a row where we do have some volume pre-Asian. Then maybe you can kind of say, okay, we can kind of go somewhere before open and maybe get in and out real quick. But past 2 weeks, almost 3, we've moved about 10 pips up or down before Asian open. So I think trading before open, unless you're in a swing already, is a lot more risky than waiting to see where the volume is going to take us.
Or if we get any volume in Asian.
I should say that every time. If. Alright, Elaine.
I answered with a stop under the 4 hour candle. I think it should continue going up since the trend is up. I'll send a chart in a second.
Okay. I love this chart. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be one candle. There's going to be so much volume. The candles are going to get thicker for some reason. And we're going to the wick's going to change colors a little bit, be a little awkward. I like it. I like the idea for sure. 100%. I think that's the exact candle we're going to see is a nice girthy bullish or a nice girthy bearish candle. Right to target. NY's trend was bullish, but hit a super heavy resistance level. So we could say 4 hour closed underneath resistance, sort of rejected it. Could also say 4 hour faked out above. Now it's back closing underneath of this area. Maybe we fall back down.
Ooh, that's a interesting idea. The 4 hour fake out.
Or this bearish one's a fake out and we're gonna go up.
Yeah.
So guaranteed we are either gonna go up or down, 100%. Fact. So there's your signal for the night, guys. Up or down.
You forgot sideways.
Nope, that's not gonna happen. Yep, yeah, Dave. I was in the bears, the sells part. I think I got sells. I took sells. Yeah, I took sells right here. I closed like right here. I was gonna hold it down to support, but I was like, you know what? I lost the first one. I'll at least end with some money today, so I just closed it at 1-to-1. It was like 10, 12 pips. Yeah, I got in right at the top, which is nice.
I missed the pre-Asian volume. We haven't seen it in so long.
Been wild.
I mean, sooner or later, it's this wedge is gonna break, and we're gonna get more of an idea, more volume. I would say even better moves.
What do I think of gold? We'll pull up charts in. Give me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Unless Gerja, unless you want to run through gold real quick till I get back.
Yeah, I can run through gold. I don't trade gold that much, but I can run through gold.
You want a 30 minute? Is that good enough?
Yeah, 30 minutes fine. I feel like it gives enough information. Okay. I'll use the annotation to draw.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So gold. The way that I will look at the chart is what we did most recently. Most recently, we dropped down, breaking this key support level, I'd say, where we had the kind of like these liquidation wicks. We finally broke below, closed, and closed below. Now, possibly what we can see is this going to come down, and this is creating a higher low on the hourly. When you quickly flip to it, it looked like it was creating the higher low, then to continue possibly heading further down. The only thing is I can't see much more to my left, and the sells would kind of be risky because you're kind of selling the low as there's another major support zone here. So if we quickly were to draw a zone across, I'm not able to calculate right now like how much room there is, but we can possibly see this. So see by this is creating a resistance level on the hourly. I believe the higher lows is going to happen, create a resistance level, and once the hourly closes in bearish direction, my direction, which would be bearish, a possible sell at the break of the hourly low to continue riding it down to this lower zone here. That's what I see so far, because we finally broke this major zone up here where we had those how many wicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks where we came down, kind of reacted off, and then we finally closed below. So I think until a higher low is possibly created, I would wait on any trade, because I only see bearish. Also, there's clean traffic to go up. The only thing I don't like doing is because there hasn't really been a higher and a higher low. So it's like for buys, I would more like to see it come up, do some sort of retest and create support, and then continue riding it up, because I don't want to get caught at buying a high and then it come down and do a retest. That's why I'm more bearish on this trend right now, because I think it's creating a lower high on the hourly to continue heading down to this further zone. You guys in Zoom, you guys have any other ideas? That's the way I look at gold. I don't trade gold much, but that's the way I'm looking at it. Just the same strategy I use on any other pair. Anybody in Zoom got any further ideas?
Something similar to around 1792.
On 1792. Oh yeah, you think it's going to create a lower high to continue down?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what makes sense. I don't want to buy it going up until it creates a support somewhere. So it's like here, if I was looking for a buy, so I would need it to come up. Doesn't matter where, it could come up halfway through the move down we had. Yeah, or up there, up at the old spur new resistance. I would need it to retest back down. So I'd come up, retest back down, and then while it's going up, I'll take out the entry. Some point it's gonna come.
Yeah, for the upward movement, you need
Break and retest those.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking when I see this chart.
Yeah, no, I think there can be a retest here, but I think it depends on the type of volume we get. Like, will we get the same amount of volume to retest all the way up here to this key zone? So that's the thing. I would, if someone is looking for sells, let it hourly close in your direction, and once hourly is closing in your direction, then maybe drop down to 30-minute, or you can get a sell at the break of the hourly. I hope that helps guys. Yeah, I tried my best. I suck at explaining things.
You did a good job.
I think the main trade for gold already happened though, which is this. Broke this key level, support level here. As you can see, we reacted off it a couple times, and that was the main trade. And if you missed that, just hold off on it possibly. And one reason I say wait for hourly to close in a direction is because if we were to take this trade, right, where we thought it created a lower high on the 30-minute, this wick would have broken it. We would have been in the trade and we would have been already taken out. The reason why is because if someone was in the trade there, the hourly didn't close in direction. So the higher time frame on the hourly wasn't in your direction. So that's why I always say try to wait for at least the hourly in your direction, because stuff like this can happen. Well, if an hourly is in a direction, more than likely it's going to continue heading down. So that's the idea. I was kind of looking for it to make it more simple.
I think DJ buys are going to play out still.
GG, what's GG doing?
Yeah, I said Uncharted, but Paul's not here. I'm up like my stop is under the 4-hour candle, and I think it's retesting the previous highs from earlier today. So I think there's a good reason for it to go up if the trend is still bullish. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm up like 3 pips right now. My entry's at shit, I don't even know. I think 73. Yeah, 73. We'll see though.
Where did you enter on the previous hourly close?
Honestly, I just saw the way that the 4-hour and the hourly were looking, and I thought it was a good trade. So, and I had a stop of 10 pips with it being under the 4-hour candle. So I thought that would be fine. It's on a chart though. I guess Paul's making a protein shake.
Hey. What kind of shit is that? Making a protein shake. All right, tough guy.
Or juice?
What?
Or some
What
juice.
flavor do you like, Paul? By the way,
Of what?
whey.
Of protein?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of flavors actually. I hate chocolate and vanilla, so like
Vanilla's the best.
mint chocolate chips good. Chocolate peanut butter is really good. Fruity Pebbles is really good.
I haven't had that one yet.
Chocolate peanut butter is definitely a top candidate.
I like the new YouTube thumbnails.
Oh,
nice.
thank you. Yeah, some gentleman made it for me. It was pretty cool. Did you send a chart? Go.
Yeah, it might be a little bit up there.
I see it. Yeah, if support holds, I think you're good. Only argument I got is Asian Open. Just be careful.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm up around like 4 pips right now.
Maybe just get break even once Open happens, and then maybe look to re-enter if you get hit.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good. I got their blueberry muffin coming.
Do you take any other supplements like creatine or anything like that?
Drinking a couple right now.
No.
Oh yeah, that was Jace who made it. Yep. Take a lot of supplement.
That's good, man. What pre-workout do you use?
Life. No, I don't take pre-workout.
That's good.
He doesn't need pre-workout. He's a beast.
Got 1 minute left. 6:30. 30 minutes to open, and then we'll hopefully see some action. Do you handle gold well, or do I need to?
I believe I did, but let's see. I want to see how my explanation compares to yours. I'd like to quickly see what you say.
Wicks nice. Funny. Reza did a fine job. Okay, okay. 2 hour looks bullish right now, but we're still in this little box. I think if anything, if we hold support, buy it up to a resistance. If it forms support or breaks the resistance, I think it's already kind of signaled some buys. Someone's mic sounds like crap. Nathan, gotta mute you temporarily. 30-minute. I think 30 minutes already above everything. Hourly. Yeah, I would just wait for Asian Open, see where you go. I think Asian Open will push price back to do a little bit of a retest. Kind of here, and that'd be a nice move up. So maybe, I don't know, 30, 50 pips. Something like that.
There you go. Well, I said was wait for a retest, like, but not take the buy, take the sell. So it's like let the hourly close in your direction, and then once hourly close in direction, you can take out the break of the hourly low, or like drop down to 30-minute, 50-minute, find like entry there to continue heading down to like what was the level 1792ish area. That was my idea.
Yep, I think buys look good. Let's check out EJ. Seat a little. EJ looks, yeah. Check out 4 hour. Four hour to me looks like low, lower high, lower low, back to the low. So that could be good. JPYs go down. Good. 1 hour. 2 hour. 2 hours bullish with no top wick, and the previous is bearish with no bottom wick. So hourly, he gone nowhere. Wow. Really nowhere. Okay. Looks like if we break this low, that would look like to me we are forming a resistance here. Because otherwise, if we're forming and we're going up, we're going to make higher lows, higher highs, go up, which would then be breaking resistance. But if this breaks that low here, we'll zoom a little bit more. If we break that low, I wouldn't say that's a good entry, but would maybe be a good indication that price is going to fall back to the support it made. If we look, kind of got that down to there. This here, lower than here. If this gets below, that would be lower than that. Price comes down at open, or maybe it would kind of winding down for open, drive up. And that's why we gotta wait what open does. How do I think of Forex Tips 101 program? I think I saw them on Instagram. I think someone posted about them, and I just briefly glanced at it, so I don't really have an opinion. I'd have to go do some research to gather an educated idea.
One thing to also notice is it did create a lower low.
Yep. What puts are we considering buying? I think you spelled something wrong. Got in sells, okay. Nice. Yeah, if I would have been holding my sells, I would also still be in. So that's EJ. We'll mark this little area here. But you got the overall idea. Remember, typically Asian Open volume will respect the previous hourly and break the hourly which way it's going. But depending on how much movement this 30-minute gets, if it doesn't move anywhere, I would say look at this previous hourly because it moved somewhere. because the volume coming in is definitely going to be stronger than these two candles. So it might wick up and come down, or wick down and drive up. So just got to be careful with what you're looking for what's going to be broken and what not to be broken. I will not look at US 30, Ali, but if you send a chart, I will happily pull that up for you. J. Looks like as of now it's coming down. 1 hour. This hourly close will be important. If we close bearish and we get new lower lows, lower highs, I think we're going to see UJ tap area here. 107.50. 107.050. Otherwise, if we push up, maybe up into here, but I think sells look a lot nicer. 30 minutes. Clearly support here. Now we do have a resistance formed here. Still, just like EJ and GJ, they're just in this little area. It's got to break one way or the other. EJ breaks to the upside and actually breaks and gets up here. I think you could see a nice move up to this area. Maybe look to do something in this area, just in case. That would still be a pretty big move. I mean, okay, that's only 6. It doesn't move at all. Or UJ. I think it does. I think we're going to pull towards this wick if we come down, though. It looks like it's rejecting off of that area. Yep, I think UJ is good sell possibility. Yeah, we got AJ here, resistance. Got like 2 supports, so we'll just mark this one here. Rough idea. I don't really like anything on EJ. I mean, buys above here look pretty decent. Maybe even hourly close above here and then a new hourly high. I think that would be nice to get up to there, but sells just... I think sells look friendlier down here, but again, it's not very nice in this areas. So, I mean, as we see, we got lower, 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 lower. So we got wicks breaking lows and highs and then price continuing in a direction. So that if we come into this area, it might not be a nice area. You might see lower lows and lower highs and you might drive back out of it. So that's the one thing I would just be careful of. Maybe short term, if you hold this resistance up here, 1 hour, a short term sell down to like 74, 720, 74, 700 flat. AJ does not look great. Sell underneath here. So if you don't like the sells here to here, maybe wait till you fall into this area. Mark up just like a general area. Wait till you fall into that area and wait for some bullish confirmation to then maybe look to buy. That would probably be a better bet. Otherwise, for sells, what you're going to want to see, you're going to want to see kind of, unless you're in a trade from the top, then it doesn't matter too much. But if you're looking to get in, you're going to want this to kind of drive through, clear everything to the left, give you some fresh information to work with that looks better, then maybe take it back down to that area. Yep, I got you, Frankie. I got you. The 1 minute man.
Bro, I was like, who got this trade? This is like 100 pips.
No, it's 1 minute, bro. That's like, I think that's 10 up
10
there.
pip? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
probably.
no, that's 15. Yeah, 15. Yeah, that's what I see for those main Asian session pairs.
GG to me looks like if this hourly closes bearish, it's gonna sit up nice for the downside.
Yep.
Because my 4 hour on my MT4, I know trading view I think may look different, but my 4 hour broke the low already, and then it looked like this is just coming up to create the top one possibly, and to continue heading down.
See what this hourly does.
Yeah, that close of this hourly is a key information.
Absolutely. Never center my chart perfectly how I like it.
You need to move the likes and subscribe to the right a bit. You know why? It's not. I don't think it's. It's because the zones. They're not. They're like, they're all slightly different compared to this.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel. It feels like just awkward.
Yeah.
A fake out's possible. So we'll do what we did yesterday. Jump on the hourly. So none of these have bottom wicks. So we're just gonna have to say higher low, higher low. Higher low as of now, because this does technically have a higher high. But then we do have, could say this, the higher low here, and then this one here, depending on if it gets respected. If this breaks here, I think price is gonna push up.
Does anybody else's MT4 look a lot different for on like hourly also? Because mine only has like one bullish hourly candle. That's it. Watch, you're gonna
About the same.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, this one was the
these
massive.
No,
Yeah,
that
massive.
hourly looks way different.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
one bullish candle with a bottom wick.
Yeah, told you.
Hey, calm down.
Boy. Seeing your
Get these likes up, fam.
Oh. Someone said, how long should a fake out last? I don't think the question is how long it is, but there can be fake out on any time frame, realistically. It's not about how long it's lasts. It just depends on what time frame it does it on. Like if the fake out's on 30 minutes, like the fake out, like it's gonna take an hour because then it's gonna come up, break a high, and then the next one's gonna come down and close back below. If that helps answer your question, I'm not sure. Like if that's what you meant.
Got 16 minutes.
I want this to close deeper in this zone or low area we're in. If the chart's like copying and pasting what is to the left, we might see something like this. but just to the upside. No.
Yeah. I do like, if this closes bearish, I like a break of that, but I don't want to see it in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah. How big is the hourly candle there? Let's check.
All right, 2 or 3 pips.
Yeah, then we're gonna see a break for sure. It's like 5 pips. We're gonna see a break. I feel like for sure. If there's good volume, we're gonna see a break to both sides.
Yeah, that's what
the
I'm worried about.
yeah, that's the crappy part. How much time we got? We got like 15 minutes left. Chat, let's get some quick questions before Asian Open happens and we get too zoned in. While we're waiting, let's get some quick questions. Someone sent a chart, Paul, I believe so.
Yep, Rebby.
Trading journey, do you worry about like the first 15 minutes of the Asian Open or no? Or would you still take it?
Henry, it'll just be Tokyo that we're talking about.
If this bearish candle breaks upward, is a nice idea to place a buy stop above. This current one, or do you mean the next one? Because if you mean the next one, I'll just say the same thing again. The first 15 minutes is always risky, where we get a surge of volume where it breaks the high and low sometimes, and then it just does the wick and then chooses its position afterwards. Ooh, Paul, here. Did you guys overall take less trades this week? I did. I'm trying to see something. So did you take less trades? Do you feel like you took less trades this week?
Oh yeah, I didn't trade at all Wednesday.
Yeah, I took less trades, but that's also the main reason was I've been slacking off in your session. I've been kind of getting up late and almost missing my trades. And I feel like Asian session hasn't given us much this week also.
Yeah, I'm going to be very... I really do like buys if we break the hourly, or I like sells if we break the hourly low, but hourly didn't go anywhere. So honestly, what would be best? If these 12 minutes give us a strong bearish or a strong bullish close, I think that'll be better to then break down or break up for volume.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people took less trades this week. Less trades is I feel like majority of the time even better because it stops you from over trading and possibly having more losses. So I feel like trading less is not a negative thing. You shouldn't look at it as a negative thing.
closed above resistance, low. Yeah, so if it closes above and then closes back below, lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs, higher lows, that's what's going to determine that.
And typically, when a fake out happens, it's kind of like easy to determine because it most of the time breaks the previous low.
That's good, Ribbons. That's good. You're probably in the blue now too.
Trading is like just like I feel like any other job in some aspects where it's like sometimes there's like a busy season like in jobs and there's a slow season, and sometimes in trading the markets give you more opportunities and sometimes they give you less, and you have to know when they're giving you less so you don't overtrade. That's one thing I feel like I still struggle with myself, and I'm trying to get better.
I think GU can be traded, but you should definitely watch it before you just jump on and trade it during Asian session, as none of the pairs are in session.
A lot of people say that summer isn't a really good for trading. I want to ask. I can ask chat this, and Paul, I'm not sure if you know the answer. Like, can someone explain to me for like more why summer isn't like a? No, I'm not saying it's horrible, but like it's there's less opportunities possibly.
I thought last summer was fine.
Chat if you have like any whoever Amanda, I know you don't mention that. Like, could you explain to me more? Because I've heard that. I haven't understood why. I also haven't been training as long enough to tell you what I think.
Gurjat, you gotta understand the market is like a person, and it's a whole personality, and it goes by people's schedules. So naturally, in the summer, people aren't trading as much. More people are on vacation. Obviously, this is a much different summer than most, but a lot less people are trading, especially before the holidays. There's a lot less volume. So you got to think about it in that context.
So is it like because there's a lot less people trading, like the kind of lack of volume for say okay.
Volume there is, so there's less people trading in the summer historically. So there's going to be a little bit less volume. Not that big of a difference, not a crazy difference, but it's definitely going to move a little bit slower.
Compared to like we're in like fall, like September, November, where more people are back.
I think March to June is like a great window to trade. Same thing with September to maybe mid-November.
I know we had the coronavirus this time, but like just if you're just looking at that, like March to June, I feel like a lot of people had good months during that time.
When?
Like March to June, that was like some of people's best months.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of volume in March because of the virus.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'll as I keep going into my thing, I want to look more into that and see if I see like less opportunities.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You are all good.
Yeah, a lot of people are, they're saying less market participants, because everybody's all like, are you saying everybody's out partying or vacationing or whatever they want to do?
I'm waiting to see if this bearish 30-minute respects this resistance that we have at 134, 740 sort of area. So I'm waiting to see potentially if this 30-minute closes above, because then ultimately I was looking at the hourly. It looks like the hourly may be respecting the hourly resistance that we sort of closed above with that bullish candle. So I think ultimately if this hourly can close above that area, then I think we should see the next hourly or next 30-minute maybe come up and start breaking the highs, coming up further and tapping into that wick to the left. So that's what I'm going to try and look to maybe see what's going to happen. But I'm gonna take it pretty slow, because I've had a pretty good week, and it's like coming on the end of the week. So I thought I'd just risk like a small proportion just to see if I was right, and I was just gonna maybe just let it run at break even and see what happens end of the week, you know. So why not?
Uh, AZX Journey. Oh no, never mind. You're not even talking to me. Never mind.
Could everyone hear me all right? Is my mic playing up?
Yeah, no, it is.
Oh, it's fine.
It's super clear.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because it just came up that my mic wasn't working on my screen. I thought, oh, maybe they didn't hear me.
I think it's gonna break bullishly still.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you trade? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can go. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna answer one of the questions from the chat. I can answer after, so go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't. I already said what I wanted to say. You can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Someone asked, why do you trade Asian? For me personally, when I first got into trading, that was one of the main sessions I could only trade.
Yeah, same for me. You have to fit trading around your lifestyle at the end of the day. Like, you can't just go full time. You know, when you first start out, you have to build to that.
Do you guys have full-time jobs, or trading is all you do? Paul is a full-time trader. I know myself, I am not a full-time trader. I work a part-time job, go to school, and then trade on the side. And what about you guys, Harrison, and the rest, Stephanos, everybody else?
Sorry, bro, I didn't catch that. What'd you ask?
They're just asking if you have a full-time job, or like, do you? I mean, yeah, do you have a full-time job and trade, or do you mainly just trade and stuff like that?
So, like what it looks like with the numbers that I'm doing right now, I'll be able to, and that's the key word, I'll be able to trade full-time by January. Now, do I want to trade full-time by January? No, because I love what I do. I drive for these two cops. I have a driving company in Long Branch, New Jersey, so I'm bringing people to the airport, to New York City, Atlantic City, Philadelphia, whatever. but it doesn't feel like work at all to me, and it's such easy money that I could just pour it into my different bank accounts and fund my trading account, fund my Amazon business. I also have a ton of clients from when I used to drive Uber. I used to build a clientele of people that needed to do the same thing, go to the airport all the time and travel up to the city, whatever you. But yeah, I got a couple different streams of income, but the idea is to eventually get me out of driving, even though I still like what I'm doing. I want to be able to put full time into either helping you guys trade or trade full time, and also start pouring some money into real estate and get that career going. And then that'll be the end of it. Like, it's just going to be trading and real estate.
Yeah.
I like
One
it.
thing sorry.
I'm
just
doing
said I like it.
trading as a part-time.
Nice.
We have a family business. It's an employment agency, staffing agency. So 9 to 5, I'm busy there. And other than that, in the morning time and the evening time, I do trading.
Nice. Let's see what this does.
Respecting the uptrend, looks like. We'll see though.
I want to see that bottom wick created first if we're going to go up. Of Lucas. This can go either way. We got a good move up or a good move down. That last hourly didn't go anywhere, so we'll see what happens.
Well, if it's a doji, maybe it will move up.
Yeah, I'm up around like 5 pips right now.
Nice.
I actually just got in buys once we broke the highs. Oh yeah, and we're moving.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Called that one.
Yeah, the stop below the 4 hour is really good.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I'm gonna secure a little bit at when I hit 10 in a second. And here I go. Yeah, there's 10 right there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go break even.
Actually, no. There's 12. Whoa.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
just gonna hold this until the rest of the move happens.
Yeah, I'd like to see where we head.
I think it's just continue the uptrend, bro.
Yeah, I'm up about 7 pips right now. I got a little bit of slippage, but it's not too bad.
I took a late entry.
Yeah, I mean, we got above that wick to the left there, so we should just see maybe price continue bullish, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it's clean on the 15-minute as well. There's not like even one bullish candle. 5-minute. It might react to an area I like 134, 930 based on the 5-minute, but I mean, I should just ignore that based on how clean we are.
Yeah, man.
Looks good to go up.
Yeah, I'm still holding. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm break even.
Yeah, me too. If it's going up, it's going up. Just might as well just hold until the uptrend is over.
I think I'll just probably maybe close a percentage, and then just like maybe 50% when I get to 10 pips, and then just let the rest run. So I just secured something, and then it's like a little bit of extra profit for the end of the week. So I mean, I've already done that. I've already done like nearly 9% this week.
Yeah, man. What risk do you use?
2%.
good, pretty good. I had a good week.
I increased my lot sizes by a little bit this week, just because I've realized that I can keep my losses really small. So I just testing the waters of it a little bit, and it worked out well. So I'm going to continue it the same again next week and just keep that consistent, and then just build from there. Really.
Right, Roger.
The thing is, I'm being a lot more selective with my trades. I didn't take as many trades as I usually would. So I've been a lot more selective, so I can start looking at, being a bit more. If I'm more precise and more selective, I can be a bit more risk. If that makes sense.
Yeah, man, for sure. I've been having success with I only instead of trading only one market, I only trade break and retest now. And ever since I started doing that the last few months, it's been working out for me because those were always my best setups. So just only trade that, then it's been working out for me. I'm gonna try and secure when I hit 15. I'm at like 13 right now.
Nice.
Nope, no trades yet, Alex. Just waiting.
I'm up about 7.
First 15 minutes, see what happens. If the session's going to move well, there will be another opportunity, so I'm not too worried.
I entered this like Aussie Swissy buy. I'll send a chart out later, but it based off of the daily, it's up like 2R right now. It looks pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, the daily closed really well, and it was like a 9-pip stop. So I honestly didn't think it was gonna work out, but it's up like around 20 pips. So it looks like it's playing out.
Hero has no bottom wick yet.
Did anyone else catch those buys?
Nope, not me.
In the YouTube.
I'm sure some people, yeah. Sam, I think Sam caught it. He secured 10.
Nice.
Yeah, that's true, Amanda. It's been pretty nice for the most part. Nice job. Josh wants to see 135.
Yeah, 135 would be nice. That would be very nice. Still going here.
I just took first take profit at 15 pips.
Wow.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm gonna hold. I'm just gonna see what happens.
Good, keep pumping.
I think it's gonna go all the way to the extreme though. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm up about 9 pips. I can nearly secure. But I don't know. I might just see. It's still got 20 minutes to go, so might see that 15-minute pullback. So
Got hipster mom on. See with this 15 and this 30-minute close. Yeah, the next one's on a setup. There we go, Frankie. That's better. Very nice.
Did you hear Jessica had an elective epidural? It's like she doesn't even care about the health of her newborn. How basic.
No more TV or radio, it's NPR, where she heard the interview in her husband's car with her ex-fiance who had gone EDM. But ever since her wedding, it was hard to stay friends. And his Coed hoodie with the dragonfly, she kept it in her closet as the years went by. Who's cried enough?
No, I just do Asian session and New York session. Yep, it drew your little candle too. It looks a little girthier than the other one, so didn't get as high as you wanted yet, but it might get there. Yeah, they correlate pretty well for Asian session.
Do you think the gold iPhone 6 clashes with her indigo aura?
You there, Nathan? Yeah, 3 is just too much.
show the world I've been trying to hide. Won't act like I ain't scared to leave, but this right here's my therapy. I went through the dark and now there's light in my eyes. I just changed the way I see it. All I had to do is start believing. I made mistakes, I'm never gonna repeat it. I took a break, but now I'm never leaving. Yeah, I feel like something woke inside. Heartbeat working overtime. Everything was motorized, but now I'm up and more alive. So let my family know I'm fine and it's a new day. Cause there's a whole lot I gotta say. So I'ma tell the world that I'm on the way. I promise. When we're back, we gon' celebrate. Yeah.
So chat, I'm waiting to see what this current 15-minute does. If it creates a low, if it creates a bottom wick and then continues to go up, breaking the high top wick. The only thing I don't like is the hourly having no bottom wick. I wish it created at least something. Yeah, waiting for the retest is probably the more probable idea. Sometimes in Asian session it gives it to you, sometimes it doesn't. That's the only thing. I think retest trade is more probable in other sessions like New York and London, while breakout trades is more probable in Asian session. Yeah, Mohammed, when Paul comes back, I'll save it in. When Paul comes back, I'll save it in the Zoom chat. Yeah, trading journey had the no bottom wick on the hourly. I don't like at all. I think yesterday we had no bottom wick also, but the move continued. Like it kept going, but I don't. It doesn't sit right with me too when it doesn't have a bottom wick like that.
The only one thing I would say about the previous hourly, the hourly with no bottom wick, is the fact I do like how the previous hourly set up, because it was like a sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but it sort of closed like above the hourly resistance, and then the same with the 30-minute. We started seeing support being formed. So yeah, I wasn't really too worried about the no wick to the bottom.
Someone asked, why is it so important for the bottom wick? The only reason why I like to have a bottom wick is if you look at, I know some hourlies don't, but if you look at the majority of the hourlies, almost all of them have bottom wick side. Almost all of them have some sort of bottom wick. sometimes they don't, and the next candle sometimes creates it. But when it does have a bottom wick, yeah, it makes me feel more comfortable because that just on almost all the hourly candles have it. It doesn't need to have it. The probable thing is that they tend to have it, and when they don't have it, sometimes the price pulls back and creates one, and then continues further up. So that's why I don't feel comfortable sometimes when there's no bottom wick. So if there's no bottom wick, is it possible to push up? Yeah, obviously you can push up. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying I'm more comfortable seeing a bottom wick on an hourly, because if you look at your own chart right now and look at all the previous, I'll say even 30 hourlies, almost I would guarantee you almost all majority of them have a bottom and a top wick. But a price can easily continue going up and not create a bottom wick. I'm not saying you can't. Yeah, whoever caught the buys was a really nice trade. I know Harrison called it out way before, so I hope the chat was listening to that. So whoever got those buys hopefully secured some or protected their profits. Yeah, Daniel, safer if they have one, basically. Frankie Boy called it too, so there you go. Harrison, you still here?
Yeah, bro.
Someone in Zoom's asking the confirmation for you to enter the buy. If you want to quickly go over that.
Yeah, so pretty much I was just looking at the 30 minutes. Obviously, you see how we had that bullish candle come up and close above resistance. So then the next thing I was thinking was, well, then we need to see the next candle come down, make some form of bottom wick, come up and break in highs. We couldn't come up and break the high over there. But then I looked at it from the hourly, and I looked at the hourly and I thought, well, we closed above on the hourly, and now we have another hourly candle respecting this area. So maybe this was just a pullback before the Asian Open to come up and push the volume and break the highs and come up and come up into these wicks. So that was the idea I was looking for. So once it did it, I executed, and that's it.
There you go. That's an explanation why the buy was taken.
Clear and to the point.
Yeah, I just don't trust this hourly candle.
What happened to your mic, bro?
What do you mean?
It sounds off. Or is it just me?
It sounds what?
Yeah,
like
it does
off.
a little bit.
It's not clear and it's like super loud.
Is that better?
A little bit. Yeah, that's that. You had it then.
Huh.
I think you did.
Talk?
Hello?
Yeah, it's better.
It'll be fine.
Before
Oh,
it was clearer.
Oh, hold on. Is that better right there?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep, it came in super. I must have pressed something and it moved the. It moved the mic volume. It was like bumping into the red. It'll be better now.
Yeah, it is. I think catching 10 pips is more than enough. The reason why I feel like catching 10 pips or having 10 pips is a good idea is because GG will more than likely always give you at least 10 pips. So that's the idea behind it. Yeah, it can give you more, like 20, 30, but majority of the time it will give you at least 10 pips. And it is easy to build an account with 10 pips. Hey, compound it. The another way to explain is the idea behind this 10 pips. If you can consistently catch 10 pips for a long period of time, so we'll say if you can consistently catch 10 pips for a year, we'll say like you're consistently trading for a year, 10 pips, and you're profitable and having profitable months and profitable weeks. And pretend for 1 year you trade one lot, and then the next year as your account grows, you go to the 2 lots, and you can go to 3 lots and 4 lots and 5 lots and 10 lots. And by the time you're at 10 lots or 30 lots or 40 lots, that 10 pips is going to start meaning a lot more. So it's all about consistency. If you're able to consistently catch 10 pips with a 0.10 lot, and then when you move up, increase your lot size as your account grows and your risk is managed, trust me, those 10 pips starts adding up.
Yeah, so the 15-minute GJ did just flip bullish, but it'd be nice to see this 30-minute close a bit higher, and then we should see hopefully the next 30-minute just create some sort of small wick and then continue moving bullish. I'd like to see.
Sam, I told him to do ASMR one time. He shot that down right away.
Can you hear me?
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay, good. We'll see where this one goes, I guess.
If this current 30-minute, the way I'm looking at Juju right now is if this current 30-minute creates a bottom wick and then breaks the high, I think it should continue going up to the top zone here. The only thing is on the 15-minute, I believe so. Let me just double check. No, never mind. Yeah, it should continue going up to the top zone here, as it's clean traffic to the left. Let's see if the volume continues. We had the little burst at the beginning, but let's see if it continues.
I'm debating whether to just take my like 6 pips and just call it a night, or let it run at break even and set a TP. I don't really know. I'm pretty tired, to be honest.
If we don't break, if we don't break here, we break here. I think we're gonna come down. I think then the hourly would then be coming to make a bottom wick. My bias is still bearish with the 4 hour. We have not broken the 4 hour yet. And we haven't broken that. And if we start to reject, that would mean we're rejecting the top of the daily. We should fall towards the bottom of it. And then this would be a fake out.
We just got to see which side it breaks to. Just stay patient. So what if there's a strong up wick but a small wick at the bottom of the candle? Can it still push up? I'm kind of confused at the question. Like, what do you mean exactly by that?
What works? If it does it, I'm gonna get in. So if this breaks this low, I'm gonna sell and anticipate that this move up was just a fake out. Price is gonna fall back to support. Stop loss will be above this 30-minute wick. So it should be about an 8 pip stop. Potential 20 pip happen. But my bias is bearish because the 4 hour high was not broken. This is now pushed above, and it looks like it's going to possibly create lower lows and lower highs, which would then make me think that that 30-minute up was a fake out, and price should come back down. So we'll see if GJ can break that previous 15, because the 30-minute still has no bottom wick. So then, ideally, if we're going to come down, maybe this hourly is going to close bearish and then make a bottom wick, kind of thing. But if it doesn't break that previous 15-minute low, then we should continue to move up.
I was gonna say I'm gonna call it a night. I just closed it at like 6 pips, so I'm just gonna call it a night, to be honest.
All right, brother.
Yeah. All right then. Well, thanks for having me, Paul. I'll
Sure.
see you guys on Sunday.
Yep, Saturday or Sunday. I think we're gonna do some group stuff.
Oh yeah,
Friday.
I might pop in for that. Yeah, I'll yeah,
Probably
come
two
down.
My plan.
Cool. Nice. All right then, guys. Well, have a good weekend, and then I'll see you Saturday or Sunday.
Sure, you too. Bye.
See you.
What was his name? Jason Miller. For example, the blue candle that just broke through. What if he had the small wick at the bottom of the candle? Do you mean for a buy? I think the better idea, pause idea also is just wait for the 30 minutes, a stronger confirmation. Because if this creates a bottom wick and the 30-minute breaks a high, this should theoretically continue going up to the top zone. There's only like, I would say like a pip difference or 2 pip difference between the 15 and the 30. So you might as well wait for the stronger confirmation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Those are previous 4 hours bearish, so we really don't have any closed higher time frame confirmation yet. In my eyes. This 4 hour could have just been making the top wick, tapped resistance, and now we're going to come back down, which would be a fake out on the 30-minute. And then price would try and go push towards the bottom of that daily wick since it couldn't push towards the top.
Do not over risk or over trade. Alan, that's how you say your name. Take your time. Do not over risk or over trade. You might see the later push. GGOs just later in the session. It's been doing that where it does like this sudden surge of volume and then dies down and then does this super late in the session.
If it breaks the top of that 30-minute, I think there could be more movement to the upside for sure.
Okay, Scott, you're still in a sell? 130 for 729. Where is that? From all the way down there. My question is, why are you still in the sell? Like, and where is the stop loss? I would like to see your chart if you can send it in and understand that more. I know there's different styles of trading where you might be looking at a longer term picture. So I'd like to see a chart from that. So, but if you're scalping and going for like a quick scalp, I think the stop loss should have been above the high that was there. If you're looking at a longer term picture and then your stop loss was set somewhere else, I mean, it could make sense. I just want to see your chart and your idea where it's gonna go. So if this 15-minute close is bullish like this, I think it makes more sense to continue going up once it breaks that high then. I think it's just dying down in volume though, as of right now. Okay, yeah, yeah. If it's like your sell was stop loss was already set like much higher and it made sense and it was already calculated, then I can understand that. That's what I'm saying. Everybody trades differently. Your stop loss could have been above the high all the way at 135. So everybody trades differently. That's the thing. Some people look at super long-term pictures. Some people do a quick scalp. Either way, both individuals can win. I like the way the 15 closed. Just wish it left a top wick though. D line, ECC, D line. What low are you talking about? I'm confused at the question. Alan. I believe that's how you say your name. Emotions. A tip that I can give you. I gotta think about that. That's because dealing with emotions, it's a more of a personal. There you go, or you can just say that. Like Paul said. But I believe dealing with emotions, it's a more personal thing that you have to battle within your own self. But maybe when you do get emotional, just close your chart and walk away. That'd be the best thing I'd say. That's what I do sometimes when my mental side of my trading is weak or is getting messed with. I close my charts and then walk away because if I don't, I know I'm gonna make a dumb mistake. You gotta figure out what calms you down. That's what you gotta figure out. Like some people say, it's for them it's meditation. Some it's running. Some it's going on playing a video game. Some it's just like walking, watching a show. Just like you gotta figure out something that calms you down and gets your mind off of trading. And then when you finally are calmed down, get your mind off trading, you can come back to the charts then, or come back the next day. So you gotta figure out what works for you, and it can be anything. Go and bake a cake, for all I care, if that helps. Giovanni, I would say journal if you haven't started journaling, and I would say just stop trading for this week now. There's only 2 days left, so I'll just say stop trading and take a day off the charts, then come back and look at the trades you've taken this week and figure out what mistake you have been making. If it's buying at the high or something like that, selling at the low, or you got to look back at those trades that you lost this week and figure out the mistake and then adapt from that. But I would say just take the rest of the week off and then come back after like a day or two and take a look at those losses. Don't trade, but take a look at those losses and why they occurred.
I think that's good advice.
That's advice you gave me.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. All good. Yep, so if price comes back, it does not break this high and it breaks this low, and I'm going to do the same thing we were going to do on this candle. Same idea. But if we get above here, that invalidates my idea, and then we got to wait for more higher time frame confirmation. But stay underneath there and we break down, I think this will be a fake out. If we break above, price will probably push up to 135 area. But we're at 4-hour resistance right now. So
I would like for it to break the previous 4-hour high within this last 10 minutes. Ibrahim, I'm telling you, you gotta look at those losses, and if you're consistently losing, maybe your trading plan isn't for you. So you gotta change your whole trading plan. Possibly, you gotta reset. There's always a reset button.
So sell ideas. We'll wait on the 4-hour close. Technically, the 30-minute is still making higher highs and higher lows. So if anything, if this 15-minute does come back and break here, could still close bullish, but then we'll see the next 30-minute ideally make a lower high to this one and then come down, and we'll have better confirmations to continue down. But in 9 minutes, 4-hour, probably gonna close bullish. I don't see this running down 30 pips in 9 minutes.
The way the volume's also going right now.
I think even if this closes bullish, sells will still happen. Unless we kind of fall back to here, go bullish, and then we go back up, maybe. But there's pretty big 4-hour.
How do you guys know which time frame to place a trade on? For me, I only place trades on the hourly, 30-minute, and 50-minute. I don't go any higher than that or any lower than that. And depending on where the opportunity is, if the opportunity is on the hourly, and my risk is on the hourly, like I have my stop loss on the hourly, everything will be done on the hourly. If it's on the 30, everything will be done on the 30. If it's on the 15, everything will be done on the 15. If that makes sense. Yeah, I think lower time frames, they're more risky. The reason is there's they're a weaker confirmation because like a way to look at it is this: in one hourly, that's 4 15-minute candles. So it takes more to build up an hourly candle. It just depends on what you want to use.
Yeah, I actually got in that one. Died. Got in a little late, but I'm in at 825.
I'm holding off for myself.
If it hits 10 pips in 6 minutes, then I...
Jeez, I just looked at it again. It came down hard.
Alright, we'll see if we hit.
I just don't like this area. I feel like once it breaks this low, it's a stronger confirmation for me.
Yep. We will see. That was a pretty aggressive move. Might be rejecting that top side.
I mean, the volume finally entered the market again.
All right, I just closed 85%, risk free. I hit my 500 for Asian session for the day that I wanted to hit, so I closed. And I do have my TP down 134642 right here. That might flip the damn 4-hour. Jeez.
That was like a 2-second entry and close, bro.
I might just take everything at 10 pips, to be honest. I think the
is
next
that right
one's
now?
gonna just wake me out. On that.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Nice,
Peace
Stefano.
out.
See you later, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because my runner's definitely getting hit unless it pumps below 700.
It might do the one where it comes down, creates a wick, and then just closes weak bullish.
I just closed everything. Oh, no, I didn't. Why didn't I close? There we go. All right, everything is closed. That trade lasted about 10 seconds. There we go. That was...
Yeah, that was a quick scope.
Yeah, I mean, it made 533 in a minute. So the risk to reward wasn't great, but I took into account the time it is coming into 4-hour close. You guys know I don't like that close. I don't want to be in it or be part of it. The fact that it pumped 7 pips in a few seconds, I'm gonna just take that and call it a good session. Plus, coming late into Asian, volume could be dying out. So 4-hour might be closing bullish unless we fall another 30 pips in 3 minutes. I think that's a lot less likely, less probable to happen than it not to. So the fact that it did what it did that quick, I liked it. If you are in it still and your stops are up here, as long as we close bearish on this 30-minute and we make a new low, I think it's going to be good. Because we just hit some pretty heavy 4-hour resistance. Saw the reaction. So if we look at the size of these candles, this was Asian open. So this was just volume coming into the market. And then this is what happened after we kind of like, all right, volume's here, we're gonna move. This is what happened, and then we get the size of this candle. And with how quick it was, makes me believe there's a strong reaction of sellers up here at that 4-hour resistance, then drive us down. So if you didn't close it or get out there like I did, or even enter, because I did say I wasn't going to, but once it started moving, I had to take it. Plan, and it felt really nice because I looked at the 5-minute, and I looked at the way these candles were moving up, and I was like, if we break the low, we're gonna get a nasty candle completely covering these ones, and then we have a nice traffic down to here. And I mapped it out, and I was like, okay, that's probably an incredibly easy 10 pips, pretty good R to R if we can get it. And then when it dropped, I just saw it, and I was like, yep, I like it, I'm in. And then it hit TP. So if you didn't take it because I said I wasn't going to, my bad. Typically that does not happen, but it just moved. It moved too well. This was kind of a rocket ship candle. We broke the high and then broke the low. But once it broke the high, I didn't think we were breaking the low at all. I thought, broke the high, we're going to keep going up. But once it broke the high and stalled out like a pip above, came back for the low, I was like, this could be our rocket ship candle. And then we don't have a bottom wick on the hourly, so maybe we're going to pull back for that pretty quickly. So, but if you're in it, insecure, as long as we close bearish and stay low here and ideally break this low, I think we're going to continue back down to support and maybe even lower than that. But we still have another hour. We might even actually get another trade.
I think the way I'm looking at it is I want to see what happens at this area. Like I know the new. Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay. Don't. No. Journal. So.
Quickest 7 pips ever.
Yeah, you're in and then you're like you close. I was like, bruh, that was a nice quick.
I was trying to map out 10 pips, and as I pressed as I saw where auto BE was, and then I looked at how much I was in profit, I was like, oh, okay, that's Asian session. Yeah, I'm done. I'm good with that. I risked 1,000 and I made 533. Didn't even make what I risked, but the fact that it happened so quickly and it's Asian session, I was like, yeah, I'm good with it.
Still better than a loss, or yeah, still better
than a loss, or no? I see it, but if we stay bearish, I think we're going to get an entry and we're going to get some really nice sells, which I would even be inclined for possibly taking another one if it sets up properly.
I'll see how this hourly closes. Oh, okay.
Am I going to do live like this after I get rich? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see why not. I don't do this. I do this as a job now, so I mean, the only difference would be I probably have a nicer office, probably a cooler car or another cool car, and have even less of a worry about bills. So, I mean, I don't think money's going to change me. Money's never really changed me, so I have a feeling for what people would classify as rich, I'm still going to be here. Because my entire goal with this was just I don't want to worry about my bills. I want to take care of myself, my girlfriend, and then my family one day. And I've done all of them except I'm not able to take care of my family yet. That's the next goal, but everything else, no bills for myself, new car, apartments are all paid for, girlfriend's taken care of, so I don't think getting rich, whatever you classify as rich. And that thing fell down pretty nice. I think we're going to see some sort of retracement up. So if you're in this, I think you're good to secure at support. Just make sure. Yeah, this thing looks like we're reacting off of that resistance really hard. Wow,
This is what
very nice.
I'm looking for. What are your thoughts on this? So I know the hourly didn't have a bottom wick, so I think this is just coming down to create the bottom wick and then to possibly continue back up.
Possibly.
That's the way I'm looking at this.
If we break those wicks there, I don't think we're coming back up.
The structure, yeah. Once you break this,
Yep.
like I think once we close below that, structure will be broken.
Yep. Was that 134.9? Yeah. Yeah, 134.932 is actually where it is on the bodies. And price couldn't even reach there and it reacted, so. How long does it take to learn my style of trading? I have people who have been learning for a few weeks, some around month 1 or 2, and they're profitable now. Some have literally learned within a week and had their first profitable week ever after years of trading on their own. It depends on the person, your lifestyle, how much time you have to do trading. There's a lot of variables. And I think this is gonna hit support. Looks, if we get below here, I think we're gone. That was a nice one. Hopefully, did anyone else catch the sells, even though I really kind of juked you guys on the play?
I didn't. I was still. I still believe that we're gonna continue going up. So that's the reason why I didn't take it. But no trade, guys. No trade is better than a loss.
Always. I feel bad because that was a nice trade.
I know,
Hopefully
but
someone
that's
caught it.
yeah. But that's why we're always here to try to learn. So it's like they can still learn off the trade you took there, regardless of that. It doesn't matter if they didn't take it.
Thank you, leaders. Yeah, and they by no means do they need help, but I mean, if I get to live a bill-free, kind of worry-free, luxurious life that not everyone gets to live, then they should get to benefit a little bit for raising me and whatnot, you know? That's how I see it.
Someone's
Yeah.
still in a buy.
It's moving. Still in the buy. Well, if I would buckle up. If you're in buys, I would buckle up. Just look at the size of those candles compared to the bullish ones. That bearish candle happened in 3 minutes. This is only 4 minutes in. Bigger than these two candles, and probably going to be bigger than this in the next couple minutes as well. We now broke this wick and this wick. I think we're coming down to support, just like originally planned. So then this was a fake out to the upside. Yep, look at that. Beautiful. Nasty fake out. That's why we waited, because I didn't believe in the buys. 4 hour. We'll probably break this low and fall down to here. Turn,
Looks
giving
like
us another possible entry. Wow, I wish I would have held that a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it's going like how you
Damn.
said.
I should have been more confident
But
in that, but I
no,
mean,
but
that
you know
was
too. Sometimes Asia session doesn't do that.
that was such stress-free that, like, man, I wish I would have held, but going into that 4 hour open, I'm like, yeah, I'm 100% getting hit break even.
For open is still 50-50 like that.
Yep, that was a beautiful. I've seen GA do this times, but played out well, even better than expected. Nice job, Samurai. Did that again. I think you did that twice. Yep, that's a monster candle. Those two candles are bigger than the entire Asian Open, so maybe we'll start waiting for the first 30 minutes and then go from there. But that bullish push, it just seemed it seemed fishy because it didn't make a bottom wick, and then it just pushed up right away. It didn't even wait, dance around a little bit. It just went, and it just seemed too easy, to be honest.
The hourly you're saying?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
hour of
okay.
open, it just seemed too easy. It just, no bottom wick, just went up. And then as soon as that 15-minute closed, it stopped going up. How did I forecast the move? There was no forecast. What we're seeing here, this extra move to the down, I anticipated a move down. I did not anticipate it to move down this nicely. So yeah, I thought we were going to come down. That's what I said. But this is not what I expected. What I expected was we come down, maybe dance a little bit, make some wicks, and then we'll continue to make lower highs, and we'll come down. Maybe we get a nice move. This was not at all what I was planning for, but it happened, and cool. I got in and out here, but I knew if we broke this low, we would at least follow the support, plus this didn't have a bottom wick. And if we break this after going bullish and we broke above, why are we breaking the lows when we broke all the highs with clean traffic? And to me, it was we're at 4-hour resistance just up here. Doesn't want to go any higher. It's going to come down in turn, making that a fake out to the upside. Then we follow the support. I'm going to put the target here because that's 30-minute about support. Like I said, I didn't anticipate this nice of a move, especially with 4-hour open. I expected, honestly, a wick up into this red, then maybe a move down. But a lot better, so. There wasn't any forecast. It was just, the idea was if we make a lower low, we should come down. That was the entire idea. Since my bias was bearish, we couldn't break above the 4-hour. And when we got up there, we reacted pretty aggressively.
This looks like it's going to come down and break the 4-hour low now.
I think we're gonna be filling that because we're gonna fill that bottom daily wick.
Oh,
we pushed up to the top,
yeah.
We couldn't reach it. Rejected pretty aggressively. We're already almost flipped bearish, and it's been 15 minutes. We're gonna try and come fill this one. Maybe we come down and we stop again and we push back up. But the fact that we pushed up with Asian volume and we couldn't break made the top wick for the daily. This daily's still bearish, and it closed stronger than this one. So I think this was just the top wick, and we're going to come down and at least tap into here. We might bounce here and then go back up, but I think we should at least get down to here.
Yeah, that's a major zone where daily has been reacting off now.
Yep. I think daily's still good to come down. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to finish journaling this. I've been trying to do it for God knows. Yep, fake out on the higher time frame, reaction off the low. Yeah, something like that. I would say fake out on lower time frame, reaction on higher time frame. I think you said it backwards. That's how I would say it. But, yeah,
I think they're looking at it as like a fake on the hourly.
Oh, yeah, if you mean hourly, yes. I meant like 4-hour. Fake out on 30-minute, 1 hour. We'll say, maybe I'll actually post on Instagram.
Boy, man, these easy sessions going. I'm telling you, the moves are happening later and later.
Yeah. Job, JK. Nice job. I broke even this morning pretty much. And got a nice dub tonight. That's happy with that.
Hey Paul.
Yo.
After you're done with the stream, can you help me with this MT for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, it'll be $50.
I got you.
Yeah, no, I got you. Just before I make sure, just remind me before I end the stream or before I end the Zoom, just in case I forget, because I can help you. Yes. 10-second trade. Yeah, it was quick.
Now that when I look at the bigger picture on the hourly, if you look at like the general points, I don't mean like each wick, but if you look at the general points, this looks like it could a lower high, and then to continue going down to 134, like 300 area when you zoom out.
So you mean exactly what I said in the beginning of the stream on the 4-hour? Nice. Nice. Damn. Like I called sells before it happened. Who knew?
What are you talking about, bro? I didn't hear that. No one heard that. There's no recorded version here.
Actually, Daniel Savage said true when I said it, so pretty sure it was confirmed that I said it. As I said, the structure on the 4 hours still bears.
Yeah. I did not
I think
trade
you. I think you were
analyze.
You were out trying to flirt with Harrison again or something.
No, I'm just. I gotta focus where I'm missing entries left and right.
I mean, this session wasn't very. It didn't set up very obvious. Like the entry I took was. I mean, maybe for someone else it was risky. For me, it was planned, but it's not a more riskier. It's probably more risky than what a lot of people like to do. But either way, it was planned. And then those buys, the buys were good, but it didn't form the candle that we wanted to see.
Yeah, the hourly. I did not feel comfortable with the hourly not having a bottom wick.
I didn't either. That's why I watched it.
If I were to if I was looking at the sell entry, my entry would have been at the break of this 15-minute low, because then it's like how you're saying, exactly what you're saying. There's nothing to the left on this on the lower time frames. So that's where I would have entered.
That's why we pushed down so quickly and so nicely.
Yeah, there's like nothing at all.
Yeah, it could range. I think we're gonna go down. That's my analysis. Is I think we're gonna go down based on the 4 hour. But daily could have other plans. But with Thursday moving how it has the past couple of Thursdays, I think Thursday's got a really good opportunity to rally like it normally does. Going into Friday morning, we typically kind of the last like push of where price is going to be, and then at the end of the session we the sideways move, because the weekly has to close however it wants to close. So if this weekly wants to close bullish, it's going to rally up. If it wants to close bearish down here, it's going to be a nice rally to the downside. So I keep. That was pretty much all the analysis that went into this. Was four points, and honestly, before I took the trade, it was 1, 2, 3 entry. How long does it take you to be profitable? Yep, depends on the person. If you're an obsessive, passionate person, it took me about 8-9 months to get profitable, and then about a year to be super consistent. But to also remember, I had very good mentors as well, so I wasn't doing it myself. Learning people who were already where I wanted to be. Yeah, there's a bunch of variables that can be taken in. And I was very obsessive and passionate about it. So I was always doing it, always thinking about it, always trying to get better and learn.
Someone said, how did you guys overcome the psychological aspect of trading? I want to hear your story on this, Paul.
How did I overcome it?
Yeah, for you.
I don't know. I just knew where I wanted to be, and I knew that what I was doing wasn't getting me there. That I just needed to be like honest and accountable with myself. That like, hey, make a plan. You got to follow the plan. And I wasn't doing that. And then when I started following the plan, I started to win. And then I just kind of had a realization like, hey, stupid, you follow the plan you make, you'll make money.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like 1 week profit, 2 week profit, 15-week profit. And then it was like, oh, this is all I got to do, huh? Okay. And then just everything else went out the window, because it's like, no matter what I do, as long as I follow the plan, I'll have money at the end of the week, regardless of the losses during the week. The end of the week, which is payday, or the end of the month, payday, you'll have money. So
yeah, for me, I got sick and tired of losing. Once you get sick and tired of losing, you're gonna smarten up and get in line with trading.
So this was New York's second trade. I didn't journal it yet, but I'll get to that later. Tonight's trade. Can you see my plan? I mean, if you show up here to the live stream every day, you're gonna see my plan done live every day. I don't have a physical written out plan. Just because I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to look at where the 4 hour is, at the 4 hour close, and look for new lows if it's bearish, look for new highs if it's bullish. That's it. And then the clean traffic to the left. Obviously, you don't want to trade into shit, but yeah, that's it. There's really simple. If you look at the video I posted on YouTube the other day, the anticipating supports and resistances, that'll give you a really good idea on how I trade, because I'm basically trading individual candles. So if we have 2 hourly candles both making higher highs and higher lows, and we have a third hourly candle making another higher low, I'll probably just get in at the next higher high and anticipate we can go up, as long as we don't run into a Trello is where I do all my journaling. Oh. Look, if I want to know what I was doing 4 months ago, back what I was doing 4 months ago on Thursday. I knew what I did here. Took a sell. So I have every day, every week. Very organized, clear, fine stuff. Lovely. $30.
I sent you a chart real quick. This individual sent it before, and I totally forgot to remind you.
Okay. Yeah, if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. It's I've been hearing lots of good things, so I'm assuming it's helpful. If you don't understand how to read candles, it's very straightforward and simple. Here, which if you look left and you do zones like that, which I don't, I use what's right in front of me, kind of got resistance there. So you could say, oh, we had resistance here, but we formed it here. But my idea was the 4 hour resistance here. We couldn't even get there, formed resistance underneath it, and then we came down. Sells under there, not really above. Drop lower, yes, I do think we are going to drop lower, but gotta wait and see what actually is going to happen.
If you zoom on the 1 hour, the picture's more for the chat. They might be able to understand more, like just the structure that you're kind of looking at. I feel like
the 4 hour,
the 1 hour when you like zoom out a bit. So it's like if you look at like the major kind of areas where we kind of rejected at. Like I know this was a major rejection, but where the bodies are, this was like the major area. So it's like 1 second. So this was just like another lower high. I know we had one before. I'll show it after to continue going down. This was like the major kind of area, like the big turning point. I know you can look at this, but if you just try and look at like structure overall, if that makes any sense at all.
Yep, thank you, 4466. Oh, is that the how much chart? Yep, I got you out.
Yeah, he sent it before, and I totally forgot to remind you.
Well, if this hourly closes bearish, we could see a wick fill happen on that.
The 4 hour still has no top wick, so just be careful, guys.
Yep. Yep. Exactly where we came to, and we ripped down from there. Exactly.
Wait, what is this? Is Dow Jones.
Yep.
Massive gap. To me, this area just looks like, oh, it's black on black. 1 second. This area just looks like
Messy.
crap to me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, just avoid it at all. Like, this is just like nothing to trade out at all. Yeah, you can buy the support here, but like as you can see, it's not gonna. It hasn't been going anywhere, so it's gonna just continue doing this. It's gonna go up, come down, go up, come down here. So watch out for that.
Yep. Trade is executed the break of the 5 minute. Nope. It was on the 15-minute break. Austin.
Look for trades like. Sorry.
Joanna's, I only caught the sells. I watched the buys happen because I didn't believe in them. What are you saying, Gersh?
I was saying when you're it was on the person chart, but when you're looking for trades, look for like the more clean traffic trades, not where it's messy. There's no need to get in a trade where it's gonna bounce around for like 10-15 minute candles or like 5-15 minute candles and then choose a direction. Just stay patient, and then when you choose a direction, then get in.
Yep. Yeah, Henry, that's when I do the teaching identifying support and resistance. Simplest way to do it is count back from the candles to the right, count right to left, not counting your moving candle, and you look for when they change color. And that's a super simple way to find your most recent support and resistance. It works pretty well. So yep, yeah, Muhammad, I would wait for a breakout one way or the other. Either catch it as it's going, or wait for it to pull back and form support or resistance to take it again. Problem, Austin. Hopefully that helps.
Now the idea for this is that it's gonna come back up. Oh, 1 second.
Something like that.
I was saying it's gonna come back up, create the top wick, and then continue further down.
If anyone caught a winning trade today, let's see some W's if you were on buys or sells. See how many people caught some trades today. Where's that be? What a loser. Rebby, yeah, I already answered you if you scroll up. Does the strategy work on all pairs? It works better on more aggressive pairs, but yeah. It's just you're reading price action, so it's going to work on every chart. You're just going to need to understand what that pair does at certain areas to understand how it's going to move and when the candles will be respected or not respected. W on both. Nice. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate it. Not the best trader, not the most experienced yet, or the best yet, but we show up every day. Me, everyone in the chat, Gurjat, Dharma, Andy, everyone shows up every day. Harrison, just trying to help people. So means just as much to us that everyone shows up every day on your guys' end. So that's pretty cool too. EJ taking his time to bounce up. Yeah, we'll check out EJ in a second and see where it's going. Does it work only during the open of sessions? For Asian session, Henry, is the reason we wait for open is because it's Asian session. During pre-New York, you get really nice volume. It'll work really well then. At New York Open, I like to wait 15 or 30 minutes after, because the volume kind of gets a little weird in that first 15-30 minutes. London, I don't trade, so I don't know. But yeah, it works really, really well in New York session. Pre-New York or right after New York Open, 30 minutes works really, really well too. Check out EJ, see what it did. Looks like it faked out to the upside. It's going to come down. Remember, this is our 4-hour open. We're going to make a top wick and then come down. So this 30-minute close. We're going to see a wick up, probably tap into here. Then we should see price continue to move down if we're not going to range. If we don't come down, we're going to range. If we do come down and get below here, or we go up, we go bearish and make another lower low, we'll head to here and break there. Then we're going to tap into this area. That'd probably be a good target for your runner. It's right there. For EJ, short-term runner. You want a long-term runner? Feel like it's going to be a stretch because you do have to push through some stuff, but if your stop is safe and whatnot, your entry is safe. I think down here would be good because then we see prices kind of making lower lows and lower highs still on the 4-hour structure. So we see, you see this and this. Now we should see this, and if we're going to keep going bearish, we should see a lower low to support, then maybe a lower high here, back up to resistance, then maybe back down. Obviously not all gonna happen before tomorrow's over, but if there's a nice bearish run down to support at 121,700. There's a bullish run, maybe back up to 122,450, 500 area, be a little higher. But I think bearish will be direction now. Yep, we'll get to 1,000 event. Ibrahim, 15-30 minutes is pretty good idea. There's no top wick yet, so maybe you want to wait till it makes that. But yeah, we'll see how this 30-minute goes. Ideally, this might make a break above here, make a top wick, and then continue down. That would make sense. Gold is a write-off for Asian session till tomorrow, unless Unless it maybe pushes down to here, form support again. If it forms support again here, maybe you can look to buy it.
What's sorry? Can I quickly see what the difference is? If you would have entered at the break of this wick, and what would have been if you got the fully low, like how many pips or whatever it is?
Say that again.
If someone would have entered at the break of this wick right here, and all the way to the bottom of this current wick,
12 pips.
see, that's sorry, I pointed this out on the before when I was doing the goal analysis. I said wait for hourly to close in your direction, and if someone did do that, and they took the entry once they broke the hourly low, like I said, they could have easily caught 12 or at least 10 pips then. So I pointed out for the stream before the stream. I hope you guys maybe capitalize on the possibility.
Girls out making calls. Let's go.
Boy, I always be making calls.
Your teacher must be a freaking genius.
Nah,
wow.
he's okay. He's okay. He's not too smart. He's alright.
I heard he's pretty small too.
Yeah, he's bro.
Did you just agree to that? All right, you're out.
I'm bigger than him.
God, my girlfriend's bigger.
Probably, bro. I'm a small guy.
I don't know. I don't even think you have an Instagram picture.
Oh wow, you don't stalk me now? I know you be stalking my profile. No, but yeah. So that was the idea on gold, that they close in a direction and get that trade.
I'll be back in 1 second. Appreciate it, Henry. Yeah, I'll get you that information as soon as the stream's over. I'll email you, but shoot me a message on Instagram just in case PayPal did not give me an email, and I can get that from you. I'll be right back.
I'll be looking at a possible entry on GJ. Just to let you guys know, I was sorry. There's usually one more last minute push that happens in 30 minutes. So I'll see if I can capitalize on that, or if it even does happen. The idea is I want to see where this 50-minute closes. If it comes down and closes bearish and doesn't break the low, I'll take the trade once it breaks this current 50-minute then. But if it comes down and breaks the low now, I don't see a possible entry, because then the stop loss would be, oh, it's only 12 pips. The target's kind of hard because we are coming into support, but I think we're going to break the support. So see, I'd rather have a smaller stop loss, so I want to see a bearish close on the 50-minute in my direction. But I'd feel more confident with that. Because once you have a close in a direction, that kind of indicates the retest where it creates a resistance. Sometimes if you enter too early, it wicks down and then comes back up and closes bullish actually. So seeing those closes to indicate resistance or support is, I believe, key. And the only time I don't wait for a close is typically when it breaks a 30-minute high or low, because that's a much stronger confirmation than 15-minute.
You didn't buy already?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I was indicating an entry possible that I'll be looking at, since I haven't got one, retest to continue going down. So
Gotcha.
yeah, waiting for a close or a break of like a 30-minute.
I think we're gonna keep coming down, to be honest, but
Imagine if this hourly closes like this, then it's crazy, bro. Massive top wick. Previous hourly has a massive wick to the top. This one has a massive wick to the bottom.
I think we're gonna go back up there and reject it and come back down and fill that wick.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
One second, Henry. $30-minute. I think 30 minutes is making a top wick. We're gonna stay underneath here. Come down. What is my top wick prediction? It's just experience and how GJ moves. That's all. I think this is still a sell. It's going to come down and fill that bearish 30-minute wick.
And I said this before, like hourlies on the hourly time frame, or almost on all time frames, it generally creates a top wick and a bottom wick. So when Paul is saying like it's going to go, I think this is creating a top wick, just come down. He's stating, meaning like on the hourly it's gonna go create the top wick because it didn't create it on like the 30-minute.
My exhaust came in today too, Gurjat.
Jeez, when are you gonna put it on? Did you take a before and after? I wanna hear it.
Tomorrow, what's going on?
You gotta record it before and after. I don't see the difference.
Henry, I got it. I have found it.
Dave, there's no necessarily value that the top wick is gonna happen. It's just a general area. There's no.
It's just seeing GJ move. So it closed bearish, right? But we have a really long wick to fill and we broke a bunch of lows. But it closed weaker bearish with no top wick. So when that happens on the 30-minute, there's a good chance that the next 30 minutes is going to wick above, then come back and fill that wick to the downside, as long as it's in the direction of momentum. I think what it's just made now, Austin, would be good. Dodge Challenger 2019 AMC.
Why are you lying to stream? You got a low fiat.
134.85.
I don't think, Dave. There's no value. There's like you can't really predict where a wick is gonna go. There's no value. We're just saying in general it's gonna create a topic. It can create it up here. It can create it up here. It can create it down here. It doesn't matter as long as we're just saying it's gonna create a top wick and to continue going down. Now the difference would be is if it breaks.
Has to make a lower high to that.
Yeah, exactly. If it breaks that, then it's a different story. Okay, Paul, I'm gonna head out for today.
Yep, I'm gonna call it here soon.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm home. I'll see if I can get a trade in the retest I'm still looking for. If not, I'll be trading near session.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye, chat.
Alright, I'm gonna head off, guys. I will see you on Sunday. So have a good weekend. Don't mess up this week tomorrow. Be sure to like, subscribe if you liked something or made some money, or dislike if you don't like it. Both are okay. Henry, I am emailing you now, so